Let's talk about the real estate picture. Now, Mumbai has recorded over 11,500 property sale registrations in the month of February. Boman Rustam Irani, Chairman and Managing Director at Keystone Realtors, is now with us on the show. Thank you very much for joining in. So the numbers from Knight Frank continue to point to a very robust and resilient Mumbai market. But I think that my first question is, are we seeing any kind of impact on account of the decline in the stock market prices, the negative wealth effect that we, that we say? Is that hurting maybe the, the luxury apartments, maybe something that someone was comfortable buying at 30 crore would say that, well, I've lost so much in the markets now, let me go out there and buy a 20 crore flat now. So the premium, ultra high luxury kind of apartments, has there been an impact of the negative wealth effect?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. Look, I've been fielded this question plenty of times before, and I'd like to just state that the numbers do not point towards what you are saying is a possible outcome of the stock market being brittle or coming down. We've seen 11,820 registrations, value of about 918 crores from the stamp duty that we see that is collected by the state. And this is just a tad down from 994 crores collected in January. But we must remember that February had less days, and this February particularly had 2 days lesser in terms of the working time given to the market. So if I was just to extrapolate, we would have crossed 12,700 odd registrations for the month, and the collections would have been way in excess of even January. So while there is a general feel that the stock market will continue to, loom and bring down the sales numbers of real estate, I do not see that happening as of right now. As a matter of fact, the homes that we see selling at max even today are those that are priced at about 5 crore rupees in the Mumbai landscape itself. And we are seeing a healthy and robust sales so far. I just spoke to my sales head for the month of March. In the last few days, we've seen a good uptake. People are looking at or are looking for new launches taking place, and there's always a buy-in over there because people look at the best price available when a new launch comes into play. So overall, the markets seem good and seem counterintuitive to what you've been saying that could happen.
What about pricing? Because we've seen a consistent, steady price increase over the last couple of years. Has that trend continued? What's been the pricing like in the month of January and February, and the expectation for calendar year 2025?
So again, the pricing, there has been no, we believe that it's better to have a robust growth in velocity rather than just the prices. And developers, especially in the mature markets, have understood that. The reports that you will be talking about lead towards, about a 6% growth in prices in the last year, in the entire last gone by. This is in Mumbai specifically. In Thane, the numbers are slightly more higher. And then when we look at the country as a whole landscape, or Maharashtra as a whole landscape, we've seen prices appreciate by as much as 11 to 14%. But Mumbai and MMR generally are a little more toned down. Between 6 and 9% is where we see the prices going. I do not think we should aim for higher prices. I think we should continue keeping prices in check so that people are able to continue affording the home of their choice, and there is a home for all, which is exactly what we've been working towards.
So that's 6 to 9% price appreciation. That is to be expected. Are you talking about the next 12 months or so in Mumbai MMR?
I actually always speak about the data, so it's past,
this is a past trend. I thought that's a projection that you were giving. So let me ask you for the projection then. In the past, Mumbai has seen about 6 to 9%, but now with the markets and the sentiment, etc., what do you see ahead for pricing in Mumbai MMR?
I would like to just give you some more data, if that's okay with you. The general acceptable or healthy overhang of inventory should be at about 24 months, okay? When the market prices start appreciating, this is because this overhang is less than 24 months. And as of right now, data shows that we've got about 18 months of overhang in terms of unsold stock in Mumbai and MMR. So this does lead to some kind of speculation of price increases. But fortunately, these price increases are kind of kept to very micro markets. So certain very small micro markets might see a bigger spike. But on the larger base, I'm hoping at least that prices do not kind of escalate beyond the 6, 7, 8%. That is the inflationary trend that we see.
Baman, even the customers will be hoping that it doesn't escalate, because you're seeing demand is solid. They'll be saying prices, hopefully it doesn't get too expensive. But tell us, what about the affordable market? You're not leaning too much towards that, but as an industry, there seems to be some pain out there. Would you agree?
I would agree with you entirely. The affordable market is not being addressed the way it should be addressed at this moment in time. And we've said this before. There are no margins, especially in the affordable space, where developers would find it, incentivizing enough to be able to go ahead and address this market as such. So overall, we would like for a few changes that the government, we've been reaching out to time and again, and asking for certain softs for not developers but for the purchasers. And if those come through, then we are hopeful that the affordable market will be something that's great. But one of the key things that we've been asking is this 45 lakh cap that has been put as the tag price for an affordable home has been put in 2017. And if you just take normal inflationary trends, Nigel, that should be in the region of about 80 lakhs plus as of right now. So an affordable home should be tagged ideally only on the size of the apartment and not on the price point of the apartment. And even if it's a price point, there should be a distinguishing between tier 1, tier 2 cities and the rest. But I'm happy to state that in the rest of the country, and we've just come back from a CREDAI New India Summit, which is where we address the emerging markets, because that's where India is really growing as of right now. The Viksit Bharat is really happening. My conversations with most of the developers out there, they saw a good and healthy growth in infrastructure in their areas, leading to an additional buying or a greater buying taking place out there. Again, I do not have an answer for affordable housing there, but affordable housing definitely needs to be addressed by the government first, and then at the same point of time by the developers too.
For Mumbai, Baman, I don't know. Affordable housing would be described as what, 3 crores of late? I'm not sure. It's one of those markets, right?
I can tell you what we need to do. We need to be able to kind of improve transportation timelines. So we've just launched a project which is in Dombivli, and I can say this, that the demand has been pretty good. The buying enthusiasm has been high because Dombivli, Thane are a distance which is about 35-40 minutes, and Thane is seeing a lot of growth in their commercial development. So people who live in Dombivli can go to work in Bhiwandi, can come to Thane, and that is why Bhiwandi is a new and upcoming area. Connectivity is improving. If we increase or improve the connectivity between the suburbs and the city, or the places of commercial development move towards these places, you will see a good and healthy growth out there. Let me just give you a price point, and that would be in the region of about 75 to 80 lakhs. You can afford to get a proper home in the Dombivli market. Even today, Virar sells a 1-bedroom at about less than 50 lakhs and a 2-bedroom at about 75 lakhs. So it is possible to address these markets, provided the transportation or the infrastructure that we are seeing or we see happening can just be speeded up and happen quicker.
Last mile connectivity is still a bit of a problem, but thank you very much for joining in. Let's get to the